stage will be by the biomedical engineer, co-founder of dotmoovs. A big applause for Salomé Azevedo.
Thank you.
Maybe I should try using your app.
You completely messed out my whole presentation because I was going to challenge you to do the push-ups and you started just doing it before. So it's now I can go home and
no, just stay.
But thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So actually, I usually start with an experiment that is asking to the audience if they did any kind of physical activity today, but Katarina messed everything out, but I didn't see the answer, so I will repeat again. So today, it's not ever, it's like today, who has practiced exercise? Any kind. Yoga counts. It depends. Were you doing squats or no? I said it does not count. So just like, don't be shy. Come on. Okay. So it's like that. I don't believe in you, so it's not. You are a very lazy audience, and so imagine now that instead I was calling you in the beginning of the day, and I'll tell you that I will give you €1 if you change that kind of routine in the morning, like for 10 minutes. Would you do it? So raise your hands for €1. Oh, this is cool. €1. You are cheap. Okay, so 5 euros. 5 euros? More hands. 10 euros. 10 euros? Cool. I get the front line. Let's say like 100 euros. The lazy people here. Okay. So yeah, so this is what we are trying to do with dotmoovs, is trying to understand which kind of incentives people need in order to play sports. Not specific sports, can be anything that makes you move. So that's how we started. Back in 2021, it was a project that the founders had different visions about what could be a new digital experience for sports. We didn't want just a normal app that you could practice any regular sports, but something that could engage you in a different way. A disclaimer based on previous presentations: I'm not a gamer, so I don't know anything about game. But I know a lot about sports, and I know how sports work, and it's all about gamification since the beginning, since you are 5 to 6 years old and you start playing a sport. Gamification is in there, but community is in there too. So you start connecting with your colleagues in the court, you start using some fashion clothes in order for you to show and to express yourself, and you start following some kind of the best players in the world, and you try to mimic them, because that's how you play sports. So this is the whole story behind dotmoovs. Our vision finally got aligned in 2021, just after COVID, when we saw a lot of people practicing sports at home. So we wanted to, our vision is to provide the best digital experience for sports to everyone, everywhere. And that's something that I will always touch in my presentation. It's not just a niche. We are not targeting specific populations. We want to be a platform for everyone. So in order to do that, we are creating a fair, trusting, and safe digital ecosystem for not only the players, but all the other stakeholders that allow the players to play. Because we all know how the sports industry works, and trying to neglect the whole stakeholders and just look at the players actually is being very naive. So this ecosystem is actually an open gate for other stakeholders in the game. We were facing these 3 main problems back in the time. So most of the people that were at home practicing sports because of COVID, they were using YouTube videos, Zoom sessions, apps, but all the training there was one size fits all, okay? And that drove a lot of injuries to people, and also performance issues for more professional athletes. The second problem was that we were seeing a lot on the social media that a lot of players were missing tournaments because they didn't have enough resources to go to the tournaments because they lost their sponsors, or because of different COVID geographical restrictions, they also didn't have access to join these tournaments. That would be some way of monetizing their sports career. So we end up like, we had to create a solution, or we knew that we wanted to create a solution that would allow the personalization of training to people in an easy and low-cost way, and that we could create digital competitions that could be accessed by everyone all over the world. And in order to do that, we had to create our own game economy for that. So we needed a currency that could allow players in North Africa to compete against players in the US or players in the UK. And the currency should not be an obstacle for them to join this competition. So that's how dotmoovs got created, blockchain mobile app, sports app that connects these people all over the world so they can practice together and they can compete together using just a smartphone camera. And that was our main requirement. We didn't want to put any more equipment in the hands of the players. Okay, so you will see a lot of different solutions in the market, of course, but they all depend on wearable technology that allows to detect more signals from the user, and it's easier to detect their motions. So we worked a lot on creating this, what we call artificial intelligence referee or personal trainer that assesses your movements just by using the video that you record your smartphone camera. So, and now I challenge you all to download our app because it's really easy, okay? And it's available in Apple Store and Google Store. And you just only need to do 30 seconds of exercise, Luis. Just 30 seconds. It's amazing. You don't need to practice a lot. Just need 30 seconds. And the video is assessed by our motion detection algorithms and provides you a score. If you are competing, if you get the best score, you will win the rewards, different rewards in that. So this is what we call the revolution. We allow people to play in different sports using the smartphone camera. We provide them with assessment of their performance during the competitions, and also feedback after training. So how to correct your posture, how you should improve your speed or your agility, depending, of course, to different sports goals and objectives. And in the end, you earn rewards based on everything that you've done for 30 seconds. We started with freestyle football back in 2021. It was the easiest sport to start because we are in Portugal, and it's easy to connect to some football players that have a stronger voice in the community. 1 year later, we launched dance, and just a couple of weeks ago, we launched fitness. So I think now we have at least 3 sports that anyone in the room can connect or can feel empathy to. We will not stop here. I should not tell you, but next sport is going to be basketball. So for the ones that love how to dribble or shoot, it's going to be the next one. And this is a new feature that we are launching in the beginning of the next year. So for you to understand the story behind it, it was we in the team we have all to play sports in order to capture a lot of videos and our models get improved. And everyone in the team was saying that I was doing push-ups, but a lot, and I was winning. Okay, guys. So I was having the highest number of push-ups, but all of them schedule a meeting and they tried to show me how wrong I was doing the push-ups. So you are doing the highest number, but you are doing it wrong. So I got really angry because I'm really competitive, okay? So if you play against me, be careful. And the thing about it was no, we have to create a game. So imagine, I'm 33, I'm doing push-ups since I'm 10 or 12, because I used to play basketball. I know that you might not believe it, but it's true. And I was like, nobody told me that I was doing push-ups wrong for so many years. So I started trying to come up with the thing. I never liked to do push-ups, actually. So even with my coach, the coach was saying that we had to do push-ups, and I was doing push-ups a little bit like when she was not seeing a little bit bad. So we were thinking about creating a story for the game of the push-ups, and this is one of the stories behind. So you can see there that I have to do the push-up in order to either pick our token, move token, and then some bored ape gets in the game and tries to make the push-up even harder, and the push-up is not boring at all in the end. So 30 seconds that you can try to improve your way of doing the exercise. This is also a way to connect, to establish two specific partnerships. On one side with personal trainers and coaches, that they can create their own stories to engage with their players, and on the other side with NFT collectors and creators that want to expose their NFTs in different stories, in different environments and different spaces, and this is a way. Okay, so for having exposition for that. Just looking at our competitors, I don't like to say that they are competitors, but they are. We compete in two markets on Web2 with, I will highlight Peloton and Home Court. Peloton, we differentiate from Peloton concerning the required equipment that Peloton forces on their users. Of course, their target is as an elite one, and the equipment is really expensive. And compared to us, we have the same technology, but we don't need any kind of additional equipment beyond the smartphone. And Home Court, the technology is quite similar, but they don't have the experience of competition between players. They just have, it's mainly for practicing, for improving practice. On the Web3 market, I think it's not new for anyone. I will highlight Stepan and Sweatcoin, but with Stepan, be careful talking with me on coffee break, because they don't have a sustainable game economy. We do. I'm sorry, I went deep on their economy, and it's not sustainable. With Sweatcoin, it's only about GPS, and as Stepan, the technology is just based on GPS, so it cannot be scaled to different sports as we do on dotmoovs. So these are our game elements, and please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong for the game designers, but what we created was this move token, so the currency that allows you to buy the digital sports gear, which in the game terminology is the skins, but for us in sports, I don't know, like I remember watching the last game of Michael Jordan, and everyone was licensing his chewing gum, and it went like for millions of dollars without any sense. But in sports, again, that's the same thing. We get attached to the sneakers that made us win the game, to the ball that was our last shoot or last goal, and we want to create the same experience in the game for the athletes. So we want that the NFT to be used as digital sports gear that is going to evolve with the player. It will have all the emotional attachment to it, and it's also a way to connect with different partners to improve the design of this digital sports gear. And then the third one is badges, medals, and trophies that you will win in different challenges and tournaments. So I won't repeat again, but in here is what we want to create is different NFT collections to improve the emotional connection to the players inside the game. And actually, we are working in a new feature that the NFT gets in the video of the player, so it's even more interesting when you are like juggling the ball like this player, and the ball becomes your NFT that you bought before. So the Move token allows you different stakeholders to get into the game, brands, NFT creators, to share revenue that we generate with the challenge with the different players. You can play for fun, or you can play for rewards. When you are playing for fun, you don't need an NFT, because experienced a lot of troubles trying to get people in Web2 that were not aware about NFTs to get one, and also because of Apple Store, we had to change this a little bit. So I know that there were some questions before, but we had to change our business model because of Apple and Google stores, and that was one of our strategies. And then when you play for rewards, you need to have an NFT to play, and you can play as many as you want. I don't have a lot of time, so I cannot explain that, but this is the game economy that we have for the player when the player owns the NFT, okay? And this is for the ones that are lazy as Luis and Diogo over there, that they don't want to play, but they can actually sponsor other players by borrowing NFTs, skins or digital sports gears to other players. And the owner of the skin is going to allow other players that either are in Web2 and they don't want to acquire an NFT, or they just don't have the money to have it, to use it, and then they share the revenue that the player got in the end. So anyone actually can play and earn even without investing initially. This is our ecosystem, so I'm looking definitely to establish partnerships in these 4 areas, from design, digital design, to even to music, to use the platform as a platform for exposition of their work. Even with music, we have dance, so for 30 seconds our players are dancing there, so new musicians can use their music to make people dance. Yeah, so our revenue model is in all streams based on share revenue with all the creators. We are not the creators, we are a platform to provide the AI models to assess sports performance and evaluate competition, but all the other stakeholders can use the platform and the token to improve their businesses. So let me finish with these 5 people in here. I have to thank Luis Figo and Ricardo Quaresma, because without them we wouldn't be here. They were our first ambassadors, and thanks to them, in Web3 we were not seen as a scam, because back in 2020, 2021, a project like us looked like a scam. Like, you know, you are going to create a mobile app that assesses players' performance. Well, what is that? And we are only used to DeFi projects. But when we got these 2 guys on board, and they actually have challenges on our app, so you can also download the app and try to beat them, but beat their score, then you can actually beat that person, because we have the aggregator also in our app with a specific challenge. And then João Teixeira, I don't know if you know, it's not that famous. It's famous, I think it is, but like for more international people, maybe not. And in honor to Madeira, we couldn't get Cristiano Ronaldo. We tried really hard, but it's really expensive. And but we got his mother, which was really cool. So you cannot get the guy, but you get his mother. And we have a challenge with Cristiano Ronaldo's mother. I can tell you, even Luis can beat this challenge. So Dolores is not a stronger player, but she's really cool, and she made the challenge for us to have it on Christmas last year on our mobile app. So been covered by different media, and I will finish with our vision for the next 2 years. We are going to improve our game economy concerning the different stakeholders to help them explore the different features concerning sports challenge that we have inside our app. And we will create tournaments with high schools and universities, because we got funded by the Portuguese government under the PRR fund to be as a use case of blockchain in Portugal to demonstrate how the technology can be used beyond the DeFi use cases. And we will have another feature, which it's the feature that I like the most, actually. It's token tips on feed. So imagine when you are lazy because you are in your sofa, but you like to watch people doing sports, you can sponsor them. Instead of sponsoring other brands and something, you can sponsor directly the players while you are watching them. So with the token, with our Move token, you will be able to sponsor players all over the world that you believe that they are strong and powerful. And it's not based on popularity, so how many likes you have, it's no the performance that you got that makes you tip on it. And then we will go for virtual reality, but still only in 2025, and it's going to be for the different kind of hybrid digital physical experience all over the place. These are our partnerships, investors and exchanges, and I will be here for questions. Sorry, no, this is sorry. This is my incredible team, and without them I couldn't be here. I must say that now I have two female software developers, so I'm really proud of it. It has been a crazy year to get women in here. And we started 4, and now I think we are more than 18, and next year is going to be even more, and I don't know all the names yet, but it's an amazing journey so far, and I'm here for questions. Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Looks like we have more in common. We're nearly the same height, and I was also playing basketball.
Oh, so you got me.
Short girls can play basketball and be good on basketball. Any questions? Well, 2. Good. Amazing.
Thank you so much for your presentation. It was great.
Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about what makes your economy sustainable versus STEP-in, if you could touch on some of the differences?
Okay, so with us, it's like when you buy the NFT, part of the sales of the NFT goes to the treasury, to our treasury. The rewards will only be shared if we have treasury. If we don't have sales on the NFTs, there will be no rewards because people are not playing for rewards. That's how I showed you that we had 2 different ways. With STEP-in, we don't know that. So they say that you just need to have the NFT and you will have rewards every time that you walk. For us, no. So the main thing is that in order for have a sustainable economy, something has to get in. And the way to get in is actually the user investing on dotmoovs and buying an NFT. Part of the sale is going to the treasury, which is going to be the pool to reward all the users. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your presentation. Actually, I loved it.
Thank you.
So congratulations. And my question is quite simple. Again, on your roadmap, are you intending to put martial arts as a sport?
Well, tough question. Yes, we've been trying different kind of sports. Combat sport, we only tried boxing because we had a lot of videos that we could test the models. So imagine what we do is that we tested our models in different kind of video samples, and if it works, we invest on it. With martial arts, there's no video base classified already that is strong enough for the models, but we are looking into it. But another thing that is a problem with martial arts is that you need another player back there next to you. So you need multiplayer recognition. No?
Yes, that's actually my second question.
Okay, so I don't know a lot of martial arts. Okay, so it's forgive me if I'm being technically wrong in the sport, but it's something that you need to have the 2 motion, the detection of 2 bodies in the video. However, with dance, we already can detect more than 3 people dancing. So. But it's different because the movement is a little bit kind of homogeneous in a sense, or predictive in a way, and we can identify lack of synchronism and something. With the fight, I'm not sure that, but of course it's something that
you only have 1 camera point of capture, right?
Yeah, just 1, because
so
it's just so.
If the dancers for some reason become occluded, they will lose tracking.
Yeah, and out. It's not. We don't score.
Okay, so yeah, that answers the other part, which combat sports becomes difficult if we have 2 or more people involved.
Yeah, but if you put the cameras far enough, you can get them in the same, in a very good area. Depending on the granularity of the movement, which I'm not familiar with martial arts, if it's very granular or not, fine movement or not.
Yep.
It will work, but I don't know. It's something we tried with boxing, but just like punching.
Yeah, but at least you tried, so you thought about that. Perhaps in the future you unlock it.
Yes.
Wow, sounds amazing. Thank you.
Okay.
We have another one at the back, just behind you.
Hi. Is there a reason why you haven't added running or walking on your sports?
Yeah, so everyone asks us that. In the beginning, I can say it was a little bit like a stubborn thing, like, you know, we are not going to use GPS technology, that's too basic. But now we are changing a little bit our stupid minds in that way. It's like, the only thing that we don't want to do is to reward people when they fraud, you know, because that's a problem with GPS tracking, is that you can put your dog walking, right, with your app attached to him, and we don't know with our videos, and that's also something very different from Stepan and Sweatcoin. So we know that our players are there, and we have an anti-fraud mechanism in trying to detect if something, there's like, you have no idea, in the first year, a lot of people just download the app to try to fraud us, you know, just to see like how strong the model was, and they were very creative, I can tell you. So it was amazing to see some videos. But imagine, with a balloon, it's very hard for the model to see if you are really trying to control the ball, because so you see, it's kind of, when we are trying to improve on that, so players are not in an unfair position in a game. With the walking and running, there's this part with GPS technology that we can use, but we wanted to use the video in a way too. So we're still trying to understand what could be the experience of running different from GPS. But something that Strava does really well is the community around the gamification process of GPS. So we are looking at them in that way.
With the microphone, please.
They are very strong in community.
I'm saying that way you can bring a big community into your app, which I believe it's beautiful and it has a future. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Definitely.
Yeah. Sounds great. You deserve, girl, a big applause.
Thank you.
Salome, thank you so much. Thank you.